Hello guys, Michaela here, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building in the world of Mount Komorebi and I'm building 2 townhouses using forend and snowy escape. And I also placed a hot tub from the backyard stuff pack, but you could, if you don't have that, it's fine. You only really need snowy escape and the forend expansion pack. You can just replace the hot tub with something else. Or maybe you could use like a base game hot tub, but I just don't really like that hot tub. So I decided to go for a proper hot tub from the backyard stuff pack. So I built, so these are 2 townhouses. It's the 561 Shinrin-yoku, if that's the correct pronunciation. I think it's not, but yeah, I suppose it's not, but you know, that's the best I can do. So it's on this lot. I think it's a 20 by 15. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom kind of lot because each of the townhouses have 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. So this first one, I mean, it's not really bigger. It is a little bit bigger, especially the downstairs space, but upstairs it's actually a bit smaller than the one next to it. So I think they're pretty similar in size. I mean, yes, the light one is probably a bit bigger. So I actually planned these shelves a while ago, and I initially wanted to build them before the new pack even comes out, but I kind of didn't get around to do it because I've had other ideas and I've had other stuff to work on. So I kind of put it on the back foot and I had the screenshot and the shell kind of in my photos on my phone. And when I was trying to come up with what to build for Christmas, I do have some builds that I've already finished, which were mostly commissions, or not commissions, like requests. So I have them lined up for January, February. But I wanted to build something not Christmassy, but wintry, because we've had snow. We don't have any more because it kind of melted because the temperature rose quite quickly. But we had snow in here where I live for, I don't know, like a week maybe, which is not something that happens very often. So we really try to enjoy it. So I got into kind of like this winter spirit, and the Christmas is only like 9 days away, so it's getting closer now. So I really wanted to embrace the wintry feel, so that's why I decided to build a Mount Komorebi. So now the lot is not wintry because I really don't like building exteriors under snow, because then you can't see how the roof looks, you can't see the landscaping. So what I did is that I built all of this in kind of like normal summer conditions, and then I turned on snow, or used the MC command center mod to add snow to the lot, and I think that is just a much better way to work around it. So yeah, I initially struggled a little bit with the color scheme on the second house, so this like burgundy, lavender, I'm not sure what to call the color, a lot, because I didn't really know which color to choose. I really like this wallpaper, but I wasn't sure what roof texture, what the color of the roof should be. So I think I ended up going with like orange, because it's inspired by this like roof piece that's above the door at the moment. It's green now, but I didn't like the way the side is like white. So that's why I decided to go, or like I tried to look at other swatches if they have it dark, and one of them which has like orange shingles, or like orange roof pieces. So that's why I decided to change it to orange. And I kind of like the combination of this color with the orange, which is a bit odd because I wouldn't have thought that that's a combination that would actually work. Anyways, we are working on landscaping. I added a bit more than I actually show on the camera, but for the sake of the video being as short as possible, I decided to only show the front and the back where the tree is. But each of the lots actually have landscaping as well. You're gonna see it in a minute because I do the terrain paint on all of them. So yeah, that's what I decided to go for. I also absolutely adore the new tiles that we got with the forend expansion pack. I used these here, which kind of complement the colors that I chose on the exteriors of the homes, or like the color palette that I was gonna go for. Because with the lighter townhouse, I wanted to go for like blue and light wood color palette. So that's why I chose that tile for that build. And the other one is a lot darker, so I kind of wanted to create like a contrast between the two townhouses. Yeah. How have you been enjoying the new build, by the way? Not the new build, the new pack. I personally really like it. As I said in my last video, it's not a style that I'm familiar with, so I'm gonna have to like do a proper research before I build anything in Tomarang again. But overall, I really like the items. They're very versatile. They look very nice with the snowy escape items. I mean, they are both of kind of Asian inspiration. They both have Asian inspiration. I'm not saying that kind of the Japanese, more of a Japanese culture of snowy escape fully fits with the southeast kind of Asian vibe of forend, but I just felt like they really complement each other nicely in the game, so that's why I decided to go for it. Maybe that's a family that, sorry, maybe those Sims that live here decided to move from Tomarang to Snowy Escape, sorry, to Mount Komorebi, and yeah, so that's kind of why the style is so mixed. I don't know, I was just having a lot of fun working on a restricted build again, because it's been a while. I mean, apart from last week's video that was only for rent, but I haven't done like a restricted build in a while. So I was really excited to start working on this, and it really came about naturally. I was thinking what to build. I was like, I think I want to build something with like limited packs. And because I didn't really know what would fit with the new pack, I was like, you know what, let's try Snow Escape. And I think it turned out amazing. So yeah, we're just I'm just adding some finishing touches to the living room, some clutter, some like things that your Sims might need. Also some of the new appliances that we got, which is the slow cooker and the kettle, I think. And also we got the small dishwasher as well. And yeah, I just really love this light blue color palette with the like warm woods and the light woods. It's just such a calming vibe, in my opinion. I love blue. I am an absolute lover of blue anything, so I was really happy to do this, because this is like my dream color palette. I might go with more like wood tones and a bit of a maybe darker wallpapers, but overall I really like this light wood, kind of like a Scandi feeling wood color. So yeah, I think this one would actually be like a very nice place to stay, maybe live. I mean, it's not a style that I'm familiar with like when it comes to like furniture and everything, but I love the color palette. I feel like it would really calm me down. So yeah, what have you been up to lately? So I personally have been absolutely swamped with school. It's like ridiculous. There's a lot that needs to be done before Christmas, after Christmas, and yeah, I'm constantly trying to do something, fighting with my very not motivated brain, so it's not very fun. But I've also been very much obsessed with like action TV shows. I love them, okay? I've always did, but I have like phases. Sometimes I like this, sometimes I like that. And at the moment, I'm absolutely obsessed with like action movies or like TV shows mainly. Not movies necessarily, but TV shows. So I watched Reacher at the Amazon Prime show. Absolutely loved it. Great plot. I didn't know who was, the bad guy till the last minute. Then I watched Bodyguard, which is a BBC show that's on Netflix. Also loved it. The actor who played the bodyguard, I love him. He is amazing. Genuinely recommend if you haven't watched it. It's a bit of an older show. It's like from 2018, but it's amazing. I genuinely loved it, and I really hope they maybe decide to do a season 2, because I love it. I genuinely love it. And then I think the third one that I watched was Citadel, which is again an Amazon Prime show, and it stars the same actor who played the bodyguard um, in the main role. And again, I mean, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't kind of like blown away with it. But still, it had a really nice plot, and I again didn't know who to trust and who not to trust until the very last moment. And they also have a second season coming, which is true for Reacher as well. There is a second season coming today, actually. So yeah, if you are into kind of action shows and like detective mystery sort of thing, I highly recommend all of these. So Citadel, Reacher, and Bodyguard. All of them are amazing. I love them, and yeah, I highly recommend them because I've been really obsessed and I've been watching them till like 2 in the morning because I really, really, really wanted to finish them. Yeah. So I talked over me finishing the main living space, which is kitchen, dining, and living room. And here I'm working on this like entrance area, which is also where I place an easel. So I imagine that maybe the Sims that live here are like into painting because I didn't place, I think, any other skill building items. So your Sims could technically be cooks or like chefs because you have a kitchen, which is very nicely kind of set. So you have like the slow cooker, the kettle, so you can do quite a lot of things. So maybe one of the Sims that lives here is a chef, and the other could be like a painter or like an artist. I don't know. That I didn't really think about the occupations of the Sims that could actually move in here. And here I am working on the upstairs bedroom. It's open plan and the whole kind of space. So the only closed space is the bathroom, which is up here as well. And I don't know, because the space was so small, I did not want to close it off. So yeah, the upstairs is kind of open through the stairs to the downstairs space. I also wanted to create sort of like an opening downstairs, but because of how the roof is kind of a bit over, like dragged into this room, if I did that, it would kind of show up inside, and I had a vision for the exterior. So yeah, that's why I didn't do it. Also, I thought, now that I'm looking at it, that the railing on the kind of side where the wall is disappears, but it's clipping here for some reason. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that's not what happened. But I think it is. I think normally, or like we got an update fairly recently that if you place stairs against the wall, the kind of railing that's in the wall disappears or it's not visible anymore. I don't know, am I delusional? Is that what actually was possible, but not, or not? Because I'm genuinely not sure at all. I feel like it was what was happening, but I'm genuinely not sure at all. Anyway, so I'm finished the bathroom. It's fairly simple, also fairly big considering how small these townhouses are. But yeah, I really love the feel of especially this light one. It's like so cozy and cute and calming, and just like I would love to just snuggle up on the couch, read a book, watch TV, or just light the fireplace and just enjoy the crackling of, the wood. That would be just absolutely amazing. Anyway, we're moving on to the second one, which is for someone who loves snowboarding. So I imagine that the sim that lives here, I imagine only one sim living here, but you could move in a couple if you wanted to. But I imagine that the sim that lives here really is into like winter sports that you can do here in Mount Komorebi. So they are into snowboarding, they're into rock climbing, they're very, very active, and they love sports and winter in general. So that was kind of what I was going for. So that's why you will see a lot of kind of decoration, especially that keep that in mind. So I used a lot of the vinyls that came with Snowy Escape that had like mountains, skiers, and snowboarders. Or I also placed some of the clothing items that came with Snowy Escape that have like mittens on it, and some of the rock climbing gear. So that's kind of what I was going for, and I really, really love how that turned out. I also make sure to place the slow cooker here because I had the space in the kitchen for it. I made sure that one counter was accessible for cooking so that you could actually use it. Also, I wanted to address the drama that happened in the community over the course of the last couple of days with someone downloaded Miss Griffey's build, and they said that there was something kind of causing routing issues, and the person who shared it didn't, or it seemed like they didn't mean wrong, but it kind of evolved into this really big thing about playtesting and about builders building for players, not for themselves necessarily, which is something I don't agree with. I build for myself. I don't build. I mean, it's nice when people when people play in my builds, but it's not what I built for. I built for myself, for my ideas, for my creativity, and for I think a couple of years now I haven't played this in my builds because for me it's extremely overwhelming. I usually don't have much time for building in general, and for me playtesting is just stressful, and I don't know, I just don't like it. It's something that really doesn't come easily to me, so I stopped playtesting. Now, I've never had anyone tell me that something didn't work, I think, or at least I don't remember, but I think I'm from now going to put it into the description of my builds on the gallery that it's not playtested, because I just want to avoid any drama like this, I think, because I really like building. I love sharing my stuff on the gallery for people to use, but playtesting is just not something I have the capacity for these days, and I don't think I ever will, because it really is something that I dread. I don't like it. It takes too much time away from me, and I just, yeah, it's not something I am willing to do. As much as it sounds, I don't know, entitled or just weird, or I don't really know how to call it, but I just, I don't like it. I don't do it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on to the gallery in my description. So yes, if you want to download my builds, just be aware of that. I don't playtest my builds. I won't playtest my builds. So you might have to kind of figure things out a little bit sometimes when you download my builds, because they just might not work perfectly, because I just don't know. I don't test it. I hope that's all right with you. But yeah, I don't know. Playtesting is just really something that doesn't come very easily to me. It stresses me out, and it just adds too much extra responsibility, apart from other things that I have to go through with when I am building. So yeah, that's kind of my explanation. I'm trying to justify it for myself. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that, but it's just how it is for me personally. Yeah, let's just move on from this so that I don't cause any more drama. So here I'm working on this sort of like an entrance area. So imagine that the sim that lives here, they really kind of bought stuff whatever they could. They maybe don't have that much money, or they invest in kind of like their gear, so skis and snowboards and kind of rock climbing equipment. So I felt like they have a lot of different stuff. So that's why some of the items here are a bit more traditional, some of them are a bit more modern, because I thought that they just do whatever they can get, even though it doesn't sometimes fully fit into the space. So here is the bathroom of the upstairs. This one is a bit smaller than the one in the second townhouse, because as I said, I mentioned that only a single sim lives here. And yeah, I wanted to make this a bit more snowy escapey rather than for renty, which is insane, but you know what I mean. So it's much more snowy escape than for rent here. And I used the bed and the bedside tables and this office table, all from Snowy Escape. And I absolutely love these hanging lamps that came with For Rent. I've been using them quite a lot. I love using kind of like hanging lamps like this, especially the ones that we got with, I think, Parenthood. They look like mason jars hanging from the ceiling, and I absolutely love this style of. It's like hanging plants. They add something to the space that just looks very. I don't really know how to call it. It looks very nice, and it just That was, yeah, I was trying to think about something good to say and I said nice. Anyway, yeah, it just makes the space look very comfy and nice and pretty, and I just love it. So that's why I've been doing it quite a bit lately, especially with hanging plants, because since I limited myself with packs here, I did not have any hanging plants. So yeah, that's why I had to settle for lights. So yeah, that's almost it for today's video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or try the hashtag michaelasimsyt, since that probably works the best these days. Or you can also download the tray files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you would not miss any of my future uploads. I upload every Friday. I might actually upload more in January if I have the time. I have unfinished the not so berry challenge houses, so I might come back to them. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope your weekend is going to be great, or whatever day you're watching this on, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!